What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today as we go ahead and take a look into the next episode of Dawson's Creek. This is season number 1, episode number 6, called Baby. Now, I'm reading the title, you guys, and I really hope that this does not mean that one of our teenagers are pregnant. Now, remember, they're only 15 years old. They do not need to be in any kind of situation like this. But then again, if you remember, you guys, Joey's sister, her older sister, is preggo. So maybe this means that she is possibly going to give birth this episode. So just to, throw that out there, keep that in mind going into this next episode of what it could be all about. Previous episode, you guys, was a very emotional episode. Dawson's father ended up finding out the truth about his wife cheating on him, and it was very tough to see those two going at it with each other. It was very all over the place, very sad, very heartbreaking to see. I don't know what this means for their relationship moving forward. The way the episode ended in the last episode, um, he did not look happy, but he didn't seem like he wanted to go anywhere. And honestly, I don't know what that means. This could mean anything going forward into this next episode. So that's also something to be looking forward to as well, you guys. And then we had a weird situation with Pacey and his brother where Pacey's brother pulled the gun out on Pacey. Now, Pacey's brother is a cop. And this was totally, I don't know, this felt so weird to see. Even though Pacey was being a bit of an ass to his older brother, I feel like pulling a gun out on your brother was definitely a bit too much. So I'm very curious if they'll touch up a bit on that as well. But anyways, you guys, that's a quick little rundown of what we've seen in the last episode. Can't wait to see what this next episode's all about. If you guys are a fan, don't forget to leave the like, comment, subscribe. Early episodes, you guys know what to do. Feel free, check us out on our Patreon if that interests you guys. But anyways, let's get this show on the road, shall we? This is Dawson's Creek, and here we go.
That only leaves one option.
Nice.
What?
Wait a minute.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm kind of curious on what he was thinking.
Movie night. Way too complicated.
From moving out. In fact, in most states, you'd be considered an adult.
Oh, that's funny.
At 15?
Bodie.
Come on, Joe. Your sister isn't feeling very well today. How about say, once the baby comes, I promise she'll be back to her old self again.
But that's what I'm afraid of.
I mean, luckily for me, some of it is.
Well, hey, I better get going. I don't want your girlfriend to think I'm standing her up. Hey, dude, you gotta be careful, too.
Dude,
Hey,
Pacey,
wasn't easy, but I think
come
I managed
on.
to find an upside to my parents' marital woes. Mitch and Gail are off at couples therapy this week. About them.
Well, let's just say that for a student and teacher, they have an exceptionally close relationship.
No,
In fact, it's
Pacey, you
considered illegal in
fucker.
About 35 states.
Maybe we can still nip this in the bud. Who told you?
The question should be who didn't tell me.
I can never lie to you. I told you that before. So do me a favor. Pretend you never asked me that question.
That's all you need to know, Dawson. Or Jen.
You guys aren't gonna believe what I just heard.
Somehow I think I will.
First half of your life from everything that follows. My only consolation is the faint hope that this does not reach tomorrow. So,
Oh,
you know,
it's
if
going
you allow
to.
me a moment
It's
here
so going
to
to.
softly drop my chin into my chest and feel really, really sorry for myself, it'd be much appreciated.
Okay, look, Pacey, granted, this is not good, but this is in your hands. You can control.
Damn, it's hard though when everybody knows. Oh my god, poor Pacey.
Your pregnant, unwed sister and her black boyfriend while your father serves time on a drug conviction. Imagine that, Pacey. We actually have something in common.
Sounds like you guys do.
For the small-minded townsfolk.
Right.
And unfortunately for you, I mean, there's really only one way to get there from here.
Oh my goodness. Hey, it works though. Poor Joey has to row. I've tried that before. That is so tough. To try to like keep it straight.
I'll get us there.
At the rate you're going, Joey, the two of us is gonna...
Poor Pacey though, you guys. He's going through it. But I mean, I could have told you this, Pacey. What did you think?
Let's not have an idea that fits the bill. Let's break up.
Well, let's break up. We have to. It's wrong from the beginning. But poor Pacey, I guess.
Oh, where's the damn ambulance?
It's coming, Bessie. It's coming.
All right, Bodhi is not an option. What are we gonna do? I mean, we're not exactly qualified to perform a birthing here. We haven't even finished high school.
No. Don't tell me he got word on it.
Listen to this. I'm over Carlton's getting a haircut. Then the guy says, word is, kid made it all up. That it's all just a lie. And so I say to myself, bingo.
It sounds like
That's
Pacey.
really fascinating, Dougie.
You know, and all I could think of, and it made me sick, mind you, was poor sweet Tamar.
Strong. Temperature's fine. Okay, girls, we're gonna move Bessie over into this chair over here. Gently, does it. Easy, easy, easy. Gotcha. That's.
Dawson, you might want to get out of here. It's gonna get ugly before it's pretty.
Okay, Mr. DeMille, you can do something useful and get us some large towels and washcloths, please.
Okay.
Good angle. Good angle, Dawson.
2 seconds apart from the last one.
Okay, completely dilated, dear. Time to push now.
Push what?
The baby, dear.
I guess that would make sense, because look at me. Here I am, a C-plus student who sits in the back of Miss Jacobs' English class every day, daydreaming about the same thing. About
I figured he
what
was-
it'd be like to be a little bit better looking, a little more sophisticated, and about 15 years older. Because then, and only then, could Miss Jacobs...
English grams.
Okay, in English, I need
Needs
your
it.
help, Jennifer.
Does she need a
I need you
C-section?
to set aside your attitude and second guessing and help me get this baby out of her before, God forbid, she loses any more blood and complications. Okay, Bessie, breathe and push, remember? Breathe
Man, I hope
and
everything's
push.
okay.
God, Graham, she's in pain.
She's doing fine, Jennifer.
No, Mrs. Ryan, I need some time.
Dawson. She needed me. I mean, she didn't tell me that, but I knew I...
Your sister needs you. That's what Dawson's going to say. Watch.
So what makes you think that Bessie needs you any less?
Right.
And Douglas, it's Miss Jacobs.
I think after what Pacey did, I think that she's still going to want to be around him. Well, they are going to want to be around each other, I think. I honestly think they should break up, but it will not surprise me if they do sleep around still.
Do I need a lawyer present?
Hi, Pacey. Well, if you come to apologize again, you needn't. I'm deeply appreciative of what...
There's just no chance of that happening again.
No, I know.
Because it's
I
not
won't let it.
right.
Okay, good. Neither will I.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. I've already turned in my resignation to Principal Geiger, and I should be at my sister's house in Rochester by tomorrow evening.
Hey.
Don't waste any time, do you? Is a farewell kiss permitted?
That's too risky.
I don't know. I seem to remember that's what started this whole mess to begin with.
You know, I think I can handle it tomorrow.
Just because we don't say certain things to each other doesn't mean we don't feel them.
In other words, she loves you.
Jennifer? After what you experienced today, can you honestly tell me you still hold no belief in God?
Well, I don't know about God, but I think
Bye, Sammy.
And the shoreline disappears. Oh, baby, close your eyes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our episode for today. Season number 1, episode number 6, Baby, Dawson's Creek. So, obviously, reading the title once again, the episode's called Baby. Joey's sister gives birth. So, thank God it was that. It wasn't anything else. As you guys may have heard in the intro, I was worried for a second. I was like, oh my God, I hope not one of the teenagers are pregnant, because that would be terrible. Obviously, the two boys making someone else be pregnant, or the girls being pregnant. I don't know why I thought that, to be honest with you guys, because we kind of know the setup already. You know, Joey's not really seeing anybody. I thought, if anything, this could have meant Pacey getting Miss Jacobs pregnant. If anything, that's more of where I was leaning towards. But I just like, oh, the kids. We already know Jen and Dawson aren't getting down like that. So I don't know why I was thinking kids. I should have just straight up said just Pacey, because I thought maybe this could mean him. But no, it's Joey's sister. She gives birth to a handsome little boy, and way to go, man. I was very worried for a second, you know, when Jen in this episode was talking to Grams, is saying that, you know, it's a lot of blood. She's like, you know, a lot of blood is coming out. I was like, oh my God, I hope nothing bad happens, because we don't have any medical equipment to help her if that's the case, if something bad was going to happen. So thank God Joey's sister is okay. And awesome episode. Awesome episode, you guys. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Pacey, man. Pacey, dude. It was just a matter of time. Honestly, it was just a matter of time before these two break things off. I mean, I think Miss Jacobs worded this very perfectly in the last episode, where she was like, it's starting to get dangerous. And it really was, if you think about it, you guys. The rumor got out there, the truth got out there. I am not surprised to see Pacey lie for Miss Jacobs. And honestly, it's one of those situations where I don't know how to feel about it, you know, because at the end of the day, Miss Jacobs did have sex with this guy, you know, and it makes it look so wrong, you know. But then again, Pacey was like hardcore, like pushing it, you know, he was pushing to get with her, you know, and he actually succeeded at doing that. It was one of those situations where I wasn't quite sure how to feel about it, you know, because I felt bad for what was happening to Miss Jacobs. But then again, she put herself in that situation. Same thing with Pacey. And then they lied to the court. It's a sticky situation, you guys, honestly. I do think that it was probably the best decision for her to leave where they are located, because honestly, Capeside, because there's just no bouncing back from that. You know what I mean? There's no bouncing back. And started to feel as if she started to like almost feel like she was in love with Pacey. And that's probably why she was saying that it was getting dangerous, like the feelings involved, and possibly everybody who's going to find out, which people found out, but they don't know the truth, obviously, because they lied. So again, I'm not surprised Pacey did what he did for Miss Jacobs to get out of that situation, and I'm also not surprised that she is deciding to leave. I think that's probably the best choice for her to get a second start. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's so weird, and that's why I say it's so weird, because what she did is like criminal like, you know, and she technically got away with it, you know, and that's why I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this situation, you know. But it's over with. It happened. I don't believe we'll see Miss Jacobs after this episode ever again. Let's continue on with the episode. We did not get to see Dawson's parents. I don't know if you guys noticed. There was a brief moment where Dawson was talking to, I believe it was Joey. I think he was talking to Joey, and he kind of mentioned that his parents were away. They were away for therapy. So they could possibly be gone for a few episodes, you know, possibly working out their relationship. Hopefully we get to see a bit of that process, you know, because I still don't know what this means. You know, they could go to therapy, but they could still also get divorced as well. So I would love to see the process of that. I would like to see whether or not if they're fixing their relationship, if it's potential to get fixed or if it's just flat out over, you know what I mean? Hopefully we get to see some of that stuff happen in the few episodes to come. Let's see what else you guys. I really like Grams. Now, Grams do give us that vibe of being a very tough grandparent, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. To me, this shows how much she cares for Jennifer. You know, I think she was so heartbroken to hear what was happening to her little girl. Not necessarily her little girl, but it's grandma's little girl. You know what I mean? I think she was so upset to hear what was going on in New York with her that she's definitely strict on Jennifer, but I feel like it's for good reason because I feel like she wants to, make sure Jennifer is good. She doesn't want her to go down in the wrong path, similar to where she was at in New York. So I'm not 100% like pissed off at Grams for the way she treats Jennifer. I think this is probably some kind of tough love that Jen may possibly need. You know what I mean? Um, I feel that she maybe had a little bit too much freedom in New York. And maybe by her coming here and having Grams, limit her to certain things, it may help her. I don't know. Maybe I don't dislike Grams. Okay, I see everything she's trying to do, and actually after this episode, I was like, oh man, Grams, you're awesome. I truly do believe that. Let's continue on. We had that situation, court. Pacey lied, spoke about that. This was a cool moment here, you guys. We had Dawson talking to Joey, just saying, "Yeah, I know it's tough, but think about you. Your sister may need you at this moment." I don't know. Something about this conversation really was amazing to see. I loved it. Let's see, and that's just about it, you guys. That pretty much sums up this episode. A really good episode. Can't wait to go forward and see what happens next. Now that Pacey and Miss Jacobs are now over, what's going to happen with the parents of Dawson? What's going to happen with Dawson and Jennifer? Because that's a bit of a little bit of a triangle mess as well. Dawson's trying to make time with Jennifer and Joey, but then Joey sometimes feels like she's the third wheel. Then sometimes we have Jen where she feels like she's interrupting their friend time. So it's a bit of a mess with that situation. Hopefully we get to see what happens and how they're able to resolve it in some way, somehow find a way to make everything work with each other. So that's the episode, you guys. A really good one. Can't wait to continue watching with you guys. Feel free, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. I will definitely be reading it and see what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next episode of Dawson's Creek.